Yo guys, what's up? Fairy Tale chapter 344, I believe. Fairy Tale versus the Treasure Hunters. Um in this chapter we pretty much get Fairy Tale versus the Treasure Hunters. Erza strays away from the group to figure out exactly what is going on in the village. While Natsu, Gray, Lucy and Wendy handle the treasure hunters. And they're stronger than you would expect. They look like a bunch of wimps, to be honest. But they're actually holding their own. Like none of them have gotten hurt. And so it was Natsu versus the guy with the big head. I believe they said his name was Lala or something like that. The weapon that he uses is almost like a hammer, except at the end it's a hand. It's a contractible hand. It opens and it closes. Natsu was going against him. So Natsu just saying, "Yo, I'm gonna knock y'all out with one hit." And so he does his fist of the fire dragon. But the hand that the guy is using, it takes all that impact, and it actually grips Natsu, like it's grabbing like all of this, and he just throws him aside like as if it was nothing. So we go to Gray and the swordsman Hiroshi. Gray uses his ice make freelance against him, but I mean the guy dodges all of them, and he nearly kills Gray, almost by a split second. He uses, well, it's obvious that he uses a sword. I say he's a swordsman, but the type of sword he uses, it's almost as if there are gears. Almost like when you're driving stick shift to a car. He used the gears and the blade hyperextended. The blade hyperextended and it nearly stabbed Gray in the forehead. But Gray was able to dodge at the last minute. So we go over to Lucy and Wendy versus the sniper. I can't remember his name. The sniper nearly shoots Lucy, but Wendy was able to catch in time and get Lucy out of the way. Wendy, with her hypersensitive nose, she was able to smell where the gunpowder was at. Since the guy was hidden and his voice was echoing and it was bouncing all over the place. His sound waves, that is. His sound waves were bouncing all over the place. So it was echoing everywhere. So they couldn't really pinpoint his location by sound. But Wendy, with her nose, she was able to smell the gunpowder from his last shot, and she was able to pinpoint where he was at. Doing that, Lucy, she summons Sagittarius, who's a sniper in his own right, even though he only uses bow and arrows. We've never seen him use guns. It would be kind of cool if he did, though. So Sagittarius, he comes out and he automatically shoots to where he is at. But the sniper, he has a quick reaction time. He was actually able to deflect the arrow with one of his bullets. So they're surprised. They're like, wow, these guys are actually holding their own, because they look like wimps. They really do look like wimps. They look like fodder characters, but they're actually putting up a challenge to Natsu, Gray, Lucy, and Wendy. 2 Dragon Slayers, an Ice Make Wizard, and a celestial magic user thingy. They're holding their own, 3 against 4, and they're winning. To be honest, they're winning. So that's a bit of a surprise. So how are they going to do against Succubus Eye, the Dark Guild that Minerva is now in? So now we get Erza, and she's trying to figure out what exactly is going on in the village. Why are they frozen? And it's obvious. Somebody used iced shell, because Gray already notices the magic. He's like, I felt this magic before, and it can't be melted or broken, apparently. So, I mean, the only thing that we can really say is iced shell. Until we get somebody saying that's another type of magic, we're going with ice shell for right now. Erza, she's going around and she's noticing that all of the villagers have weapons in hands, looking like they're ready to the giants seem as if they are looking for somebody, or protecting something, or maybe just a little bit of both. I'm going with a little bit of both. So Erza, she's deducing that the flame is their god, and an everlasting flame at that is their god. So she's assuming that the village of giants are trying to protect that flame, and if so, that the flame would be in the opposite direction of which they are facing, which makes a lot of sense, because if you're protecting something, you're going to want them behind you where nobody can get through you, because if you have your back to the enemy, I mean, they'll be able to get past you easily. So with that, Erza looks and she's saying, oh, the flame must be up at that mountain. So she travels all the way up to the mountain, but she doesn't find anything, just a whole bunch of ice, no frozen flame or anything. And at that point, she gets upset. And next thing we see, Erza is a child. Now we don't know why Erza turned into a child, but I'm going to make two guesses as to why it happened. One is probably because she's close to the eternal flame, and that it's having some sort of effect on her, even though she's frozen. Oh, before I get to the second one, also have an idea of probably where the eternal flame is. I think Erza is probably right as to where the eternal flame is, somewhere on the mountain, but I believe it's more inside than on the top, where anybody could be able to reach it if they were to bypass the giants. I believe it's somewhere inside of that mountain, and that Erza has to find a secret passageway of sorts to try and get to it. Okay, so with that out of the way, my second reason as to why Erza turned young is probably from that other guy and Minerva from Succubus Eye. Now I'm saying that because what better way for Minerva to get her opportunity but to turn Erza younger? Erza will be far weaker, and her magic will not be proficient enough to perform all those re-equips. With that, Minerva could take her down easily. Like, there's no contest. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So, if Minerva and the other guy, whose name I can't remember, isn't behind it, then they still have a good chance of ambushing Erza now that she's younger. Take out Erza, and the others will probably be taken down a lot easier. Because let's face it, Natu and Gray are nowhere close to Erza's level yet. Nowhere close. Even if both of them put together could not defeat Erza. So, and then the thing about it is that the other guy in Minerva, they're within eye distance. They know what's going on right now. So they could ambush all of them anytime they want. But, you know, there is strength in numbers. So ambushing Erza would probably be the best move. Ambushing Erza, then the Treasure Hunters Guild, and then the rest of the members of Fairy Tail. Because, I mean, their backbone is Erza. Their backbone is Erza. So that's pretty much all I got for this chapter. Is it? Matter of fact, yeah. That wraps up my review. Rate, comment, subscribe as always, guys. I'm out.